Hey Caleb, what's up, man?
How much? What are you up to?
Just thinking about life and how I want to do more with it, you know? What about you?
Yeah, it's not really going anywhere right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting out there and starting a podcast.
Yeah, I want to start a business.
All right, I think we should do the things that scare us. Let's get to it. Sounds good.
Huh, he did it. Wow, he really started that podcast. Hey, Gabe.
No pictures, no pictures.
No, it's me, man.
Oh, how'd that business go that you said you were going to start?
Never got it off the ground.
How come?
Just too many obstacles.
Dude, obstacles and challenges are the essential parts of starting, something that scares you. Being a person of action is so important, and you just got to get to it no matter how much it scares you.
What if I'm scared to do it?
You just got to do it. Just say, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to get to it. Oh, what's up, guys? So being a person of action is so important. Don't end up like this guy
With a 9-to-5 job.
who decided to never chase his dreams. Get out there, be your own person, rock this world. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Gabe,
It's Caleb.
and you are watching episode 10 of the Positive Outlook podcast.
Episode 10?
Episode 10. This is our first, landmark. We made it to double digits for the podcast. Tying into the episode, I guess we can kind of say, Caleb and I, this was just a little blip it in our minds. Well, I guess your mind. You introduced it to me, where it kind of became a shared idea of just a potential, We didn't really think anything of it. It was like, podcast would be fun. We had no clue how to talk in front of a camera. We had no clue how to set all this stuff up. But we just said screw it, and we did it. We just said let's have fun with it. Let's be a person of action, and that is the title of today's video, is being a person of action.
It's important, and you guys can see the growth episode to episode.
Absolutely.
No audio. The audio is terrible our first episode.
Yeah.
Left, right.
Yeah, that was awful. Video quality hasn't gotten any better, as you can see. We're still little pixels over here, but we're doing our best to improve. But before we get into it, I wanna talk a little bit about this weekend. I got poisoned by a potato.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, it was a crazy experience. We were all hanging out, just the boys, and I was coming down from a sickness. I was pretty sick. I don't know, just some upper respiratory stuff, some sinus. And so I was recovering from that, but I took a pretty big bite out of a raw, dirty potato.
Why would you do that?
It was just weird. We were just with the boys, you're just doing fun, goofy stuff. And I don't know if that's a fun, goofy thing to do, but yes, I took a bite out of a potato, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but raw potatoes have a compound called solanine in it, and it's toxic to the human body. And my immune system was already compromised, so pretty much I got poisoned.
Wow.
And so I had an open house on Saturday. It was noon to 3, and I thought those were going to be my last hours on this earth. There was no service out at the house that I was doing an open house at. My legs were failing to cooperate with me.
Oh no.
I could barely walk. I was sweating. I had a fever, chills, everything. It was terrible. Thankfully, the open house wasn't too busy, which typically you don't like to hear that an open house wasn't busy, but given my current situation,
On this given day.
yeah, I was happy that not a lot of people were showing up because I was a mess. But that was fun. I've never been poisoned before, and I'm glad I got to go through it.
Hey, you powered through it. Now you're here. I
Yeah.
don't have to find a new co-host.
Yeah, we're both alive and well on this beautiful Monday morning. And so I hope you guys are having a great Monday. It is great to see you guys once again.
It's the best day of the week.
It really is. It's nice overcast out. I love the stormy weather. Anyway, let's get into the topic. Do you have somewhere you want to start?
Person of action.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
So person of action, because we all have these fun ideas in our heads of things we'd like to do in life, or even in small instances where, say you're at the store and somebody drops their keys and you're like, I should go help, an older person I know, or they drop their cane or something. I want to go help that person. And you hesitate too much and you think about it too much. And by the time you go to do it, it's awkward and they're already halfway there. And it's like, what do I do now? So it just means doing it. You get an idea in your mind and do it. Don't sit on it. Don't hesitate about it. Just do it. And so I guess I'll throw you a little question here. Just in your life, what has being a person of action helped you accomplish?
Well, one, we're right here talking about this.
Yep.
There's a lot of things, but going to school,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the idea of debt makes me cringe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, college is a good place if you're using it right, but it's scary.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I decided to just kind of jump for it.
Yeah, take the leap of faith.
Mm-hmm. And lifting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can't just, oh, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Go do it now.
yeah. You sit there and you plan about it, and it kind of just I know one thing I did, growing up, my teen years, it was always so fun to think about something and then share the idea with my friends and my family, and I'd almost get the gratification just by telling them about it, and it would prevent me from actually going out and doing it because it's like, I already got the gratification from it. And so you stop yourself because you think about it so much that it becomes like solid in your mind of, yeah, I can accomplish that, and then you never actually go out and do it.
Another thing, even it seems more prominent now. People will be like, yo, we should hang out soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just dies as an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And why?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And I got two questions for you. So I'll say the statement first. So when it comes to helping others with their issues, so if, when you were debating, continuing with the Air Force or going to college, it was very easy for me to give you my opinion on it, and it helped you like not change your perspective, but have a different perspective on it. Even though you could have thought of those things easily, the things I was telling you. One, do you believe it is easier for someone else to have an opinion on your action that you are attempting to create?
Have an opinion on it?
Or just like be able to place...
Influence?
What's that?
Like be able to influence?
Not so much influence, but have a broader perspective on it.
Okay.
So saying, you have a life-changing thing going on in your life and you're planning for it. Do you feel like you're kind of in your own head about it?
Oh yeah.
And you lose that like wider angle view on it?
Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of factors personally that others don't have to deal with. And so when you're overthinking it, sometimes you need to hear that, like, hey, it's not that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's this or this. These are your options. These are the potential outcomes. It's not so... I don't know. I'm a big overthinker. I overthink a lot.
Yeah.
All the time.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
Not always. It has its moments where it comes into play and helps out.
Yeah.
Because you're always ready for either consequence.
Right.
And, you're just prepared. But at the same time, it makes it harder to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
When all you're thinking of is, well, what if this happens? What if that happens?
Right.
You just got to have those moments where you jump.
Mm-hmm. To prepare for the worst but expect the best kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely. And I guess you kind of already answered the question, but if you have more input, you can. Why do you think that when it's your own decision, you don't see all the solutions to it?
A lot of times, personal, I don't know, there's like personal experiences, or maybe you've seen something, or maybe it affects certain people that you care about, what decision you make.
Yeah.
And even if you know it's the best for you, it can really impact which way you choose.
Right.
And that can be dangerous.
Because there's that personal tie when it comes to your life that other people don't see the domino effect happening to.
Right.
Because from an outsider view, it could be, it's very simple. You either do this or you do that. If you don't do this, this is the consequence. If you don't do this, this is the consequence. But there are all those personal ties. So now, not looking back, but I'm kind of switching courses here. Cortez, 1519. Have you, the burning of the boats?
Very, very famous story.
Yeah. Do you want to kind of explain that a little bit?
So, I know you did the research more than I did. So correct me if I make any mistakes here. But so essentially, Cortez was sent to South America. And he had no choice of returning, correct?
Yep.
And so he had a crew, and back then, crews were pretty rowdy. You really had to sway them because, let's give them some credit. There's a lot going on. They don't know anything about the world. They get dropped in this location and go out and explore when there's cannibals and animals they've never seen before.
Right.
And Cortez knew he had to succeed.
Right.
And so what he did was he went and he burned down his boats because now there's no return until they succeed.
Right.
That's the only option. and that's a necessity.
Right.
But it's a crazy story because who burns down the boats? What if something goes wrong and you have to turn around?
Right. And that's almost like so where this kind of going is, being the person of action. It's like leaving yourself no plan B, because if you leave yourself no plan B, you either succeed with plan A or perish.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same thing with Vikings when they would reach unconquered lands. They would burn their boats behind them because it was the same concept. You either conquer the land or you perish. And so it kind of changes your mentality on it. And so that's kind of where it becomes like you with school. If you go to school with this mindset of, all right, I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. If someone takes my basket, I'm done. I perish. So I have to succeed with this basket I have. And I'm going to leave all my eggs in it so that I won't let anybody take this basket.
Right. And one piece of this that gets difficult is weighing what's worth putting all your eggs in one basket, and what's too risky.
Right.
And it can be hard to draw that line, but you can't make every decision based on, luck or
right.
There has to be logic, and you can't just impulse.
Right.
But the point is, people analyze it to death and then never do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just overkill.
Right. Yeah. And like this podcast, I mean, there comes a point where you can kind of separate it. Like he's got his full-time job, I have my full-time job. But we can consider our free time our eggs in a basket, where this podcast takes up almost all of our free time, when it comes to marketing, and comes to recording, and then it comes to editing. So we can consider our free time our eggs in the podcast, the basket, where we're kind of just putting all of our eggs in the basket and hoping, like it takes off. Because there's a lot of other things we could be doing in our free time that could be profiting us, elsewhere. But this is one thing we're passionate about. We enjoy it. It makes us happy, and we have fun with it.
Well, we got some big things coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely stay tuned. We're going to get some guests on here. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Seeing some new faces, hearing some different experiences in life.
Picking some people's brains.
Yeah. And so stay tuned for that. But do you have anything else you want to say about being a person of action?
Just go for it.
Yeah. This one's a little bit shorter today, but just because it's such a simple point, it really is. It's, there's a lot of things in life that are scary, but, they say success lies behind, the walls of fear. So you push through that fear and, the doubt that follows those big life decisions, and you'll be granted with success. And just never stop pushing. Always keep believing in yourself.
Persistence.
Yeah, absolutely. Persistence is so important. But other than that, I hope you guys had an awesome Monday, or continue to have an awesome Monday. And thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. And we will see you for episode 11 next week. Peace.
Bye.